Hello again, and welcome to exercise 22. We're coming close to the middle of the book, and this is the point where you've learned a lot of basics. If you want, you should take time to go back through all of your exercises and kind of glance over them before you start this exercise. Just kind of look at what you've learned so far. And then once you've done that, you're going to go through every exercise, and you're going to make a big stack of index cards or flashcards or a list. You're going to try to memorize all of the characters that I've taught you so far. And you want to be able to do this from memory, okay? Now I'm going to give you an example of what I mean by from memory, okay? So let me see if I can pull up a file. Let's try exercise 10. I'm just picking one at random. Okay, so in this exercise, what I mean by a symbol is you want the equals, that equals, \t, quote character. Here's a triple quote. That would be something to do. The \t is there. Print is one. Parentheses. Right there. Okay, so those, \n, missed that up here. Okay. You want to write down what each of those are, what you know they are called. Look through the book at that exercise and find out what it's called. Okay. And if you were lucky, you were keeping notes, but maybe you have to go back through and review. And you want to create flashcards, and then you want to drill these. You want to do this for as much as you can. You can do this maybe for like a day or like 15 minutes, and then continue on to the next exercise. And when you need a break, do some drills of what you know. If there's small characters you don't know, like that's called an underscore. So if you don't know that character, memorize it too. Let's try another one. Let's try ex20.py. Okay, here we go. Def. How about from? Do you remember what from does? Import, sys, argv, those. Commas. Do you remember that? The colon. What does that do? How about, let's see, what's some other stuff that might be in here? Oh yeah, plus. Write that one down. I mean, you know that's addition, but write it down. Go through and you're finding every character that you need to remember for when you code. This will help you. Remember, programming is a language. These programming languages are actual languages. And so learning them the same way you would learn French or Japanese or Chinese is going to help you. And the way you learn other languages, not that I can speak from personal experience because I speak only English, but the way you learn other languages is you memorize as many words as you can, and you also apply that to speaking, grammar, writing, and you basically combine the combination of memorizing words with application in grammar and structure and syntax, and then eventually you can start speaking the language, or at least reading it. You also do have to speak it. So this exercise is all about memorizing and reviewing, getting a glimpse of what you've completed so far. Go ahead and do it. Take your time with it. You should really remember this warning I have in here. Some people take this to mean that they're, like if they can't do this right, then they're just not very good at programming. It's not true. If you do your best, you can remember only 5 symbols. Well, now you know you have to go and memorize the rest. So it just takes time. It's just one of these things you just kind of hammer through. The great thing about memorization is that the more you do it, the better you get at it. To a point. There are some people who are insane and memorize like, a couple thousand digits of pi. But if you practice memorizing things, eventually you start getting better and better at memorizing things, especially similar things. And then when you memorize something, it's easier to work with. It's a lot easier to work with a language when you've got all the symbols ready to use and you don't have to think about it. So that's what you're doing. Just keep trying. Okay, I'll see you at exercise 23. And I'm going to warn you, 23 is a monster. So just do your best on it, and you might have to come back to it 3 or 4 times. It's a little on the complicated side, but like I told you, I like to give little bumps, little jumps that people have to try to do, so that way the book is a little challenging. Okay, see you soon.